Okay guys, so Steam just lost a major legal lawsuit which could potentially cost them close to $1 billion. And the main reason why this is a big deal is because of how Steam has challenged the rules over PC gaming for the last 2 decades. And this could actually change gaming forever, depending on how this lawsuit actually plays out in the end. So back in June of 2024, a woman named Vicky Shotbelt, who runs an organization that focuses on children's digital safety, she filed a lawsuit against Valve in the UK's Competition Appeal Tribunal. Vicky has dedicated the last 2 decades of her life working in digital rights advocacy, and for this case, she's even established a dedicated legal entity to represent the UK consumers through a collective action. And in her lawsuit, she's going after Valve for roughly 656 million Great Britain pounds, which is about 900 million on the behalf of the estimated 14 million people who are currently in the United Kingdom who have purchased games and add-on content on the Steam platform since 2018. That is actually insane, though. That is going to be a fuck ton of potential claimants. I definitely wouldn't want the responsibility of having to go through all that. And actually in practice, what this means is, if Valve were to actually lose the case, all the money wouldn't even go to Vicky herself. I would imagine that the money would be distributed across the 14 million UK Steam users, which would ultimately give each user between the sum of 22 and 44 Great British pounds. Although that is just a theory and isn't a confirmed guarantee at this time. One major key detail here is that a lawsuit of this nature is an opt-out and not opt-in, meaning that if you are a UK citizen who purchased anything on Steam during this specific time frame, you are automatically a part of this lawsuit unless you choose to opt out. Now, of course, Valve didn't just sit there and let this happen. They filed for the lawsuit to be dismissed before it could even go to trial, while also arguing about how it shouldn't qualify as a collective action. They also stated the methodology for calculating damages were also flawed, and that it would be impossible to properly identify who should be eligible for compensation. The court, however, ruled with Shotbelt's team, and just a few weeks ago, the Competition Appeal Tribunal issued a ruling that rejected Valve's objections and greenlit for the lawsuit to proceed. Now, apparently this all goes down to 3 major allegations, all from how Valve uses Steam's crazy market dominance, the first being price control. The lawsuit claims Valve enforces something they call platform parity obligations, initially a rule that prevents game developers from selling their games for cheaper on other platforms. So basically, if you are a game developer and you want your game available on Steam, you are not allowed to sell it cheaper on other platforms like Epic Games Store or on your own website for less than what it is on Steam. And the main reason why indie developers would want their game on other platforms besides Steam is because of the 30% cut that Steam takes from commission sales. The second major accusation against Steam is how the DLC and add-on content work, because according to the lawsuit, when you purchase a game on Steam, you are also buying into all the future DLC content as well. But honestly, this allegation falls pretty flat when you think about how every other major game distributor does the exact same thing. And although this court process could take years before we will likely see an outcome, it's interesting to think about how it could very much change everything about PC gaming for everyone, which is why I wanted to explain it here on my page. Anyways, thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe if you liked the video.